Hey guys, Rex here. I would like to show you some stuff I got in from Optics Planet. This is a Sightmark, okay? And this is how she comes packaged. Of course, it's a little dirty from riding back here. This is a Latitude tactical spotting scope, 20 to 60 by 80 XD spotting scope. ED glass, so extra low dispersion. It's got some good coatings, folded light path, all kinds of fancy stuff. And this actually is good for fire direction because this has a reticle in it. As you can see, it's got a nice big stout heavy duty box. This will be my first time opening it up. Nice packaging. Looks like we got a nice scope carrier, lens wipe, instructional booklet, talking about using the reticle here. We got a mil scale reticle, I believe. More foam. Very nicely packaged. So here we are. Looks like it's a pretty stout polymer type construction for the outer shell here. We got a rubber cap, nice big 80mm objective lens. Got some Picatinny attachment points here, up on top as well, which is kind of nice. You can put different accessories and stuff on there. And then we have 20 to 60 power. Well, let's see how this thing works, huh? Get out the old eyeballs. Wow, that's not bad. So we have a very nice clean mil scale reticle. It's a crosshair design. On the X and Y axis, when you're going up from the center of the reticle, we have 1 mil subtensions. Likewise, going left from center of reticle, we have 1 mil subtensions. Going right and down, we have 1/2 mil marks, like a standard mil scale scope reticle. There's markings for 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. It looks like we have 11 mils total going off of each direction from the center. It's a very thin reticle. And we have some ranging stadia on the bottom, which look pretty darn cool. And I'm going to adjust this. Put that there. Now here's my diopter adjustment. I'm going to bring that reticle nice and crisp. Oh wow, there we go. Very nice crisp reticle. I'm going to use my targeting ranging tripod deal here. Get zeroed in a little farther out there. The glass is actually very nice. Surprisingly nice. This is freaking cool. Here's our focus here, the main focus. Okay, I'm going to crank up the power and I'll do my little focusing here. Still really good quality actually. The reticle is still very nice and sharp. I'm going to scan a little bit. I'm going to focus in out there at several miles. I'm picking up really good mirage readings. This is a very nice spotting scope. Actually, I like it a lot. So we're going to crank it up to 60. And usually on this kind of an optic, that's a little bit, kind of a lot of magnification. I'm going to come down. It's very good to have a good tripod head for stuff like this, especially with high magnification, to get on target. And this tripod head is incredible. I'm going to just micro focus here. Gosh darn it, that is good. It's not bad. Oh, and I got incredible mirage. Beautiful mirage.
Yeah. Anchor back to 40. Back to 20. Crank her up. Crank her down.
The adjustments are fine enough to where you can get it real sharp, even on 60 power. I'm focused in on a rock out there about 2,000 yards. And I'm looking beyond that, behind the valley, at the hills out there about 3 or 4 miles away. And I can see the mirage just clear as day. This is going to be a very effective tool for judging wind. I'm going to come back again. And even on 60 power, that reticle is not super terrible. We have a tiny mark on mil number 3, but who cares? In all honesty, for a budget optic like this, there's like a tiny blemish on the actual reticle, but very nicely constructed, like very nicely balanced in terms of its size too. It's not too thick, it's nice and thin, so that when you crank all the way up on it, it's still very usable. Wow, that's nice.
Okay, go ahead and crank it up to 30 power. 40. 50. 60.
60 is a little stout for a lot of applications. That's good for target identification. 60 power magnification will be good for that. 40 power might be more ideal for ultra long range shooting if you get the reticle situated up towards the max ordinate. But in all reality, 30 or 20 power is going to be about ideal for actual shooting in fire direction, because you'll be able to actually see the bullet going in its all the way up through its ascending leg, through its max ordinate, down through the descending leg, and follow that bullet. It's going to be the best opportunity you have to actually see what's happening. And I'm looking at little birdies out there that's 3 miles away. I'm watching meadow larks at 3 miles. It's not bad. It's not bad glass at all. Like I said, the mirage is incredible. I'm picking up over here on these cliffs out in the background. My favorite feature about this scope is I got variable magnification, but also I got a reticle in the first focal plane, so I can have some pretty good flexibility there on what I can do with this. If I'm milling targets, like trying to range them, I can crank it up to 60 power and get a real good discerning measurement on that target dimension. And if I want to observe the shot, I can crank it down a bit and watch that bullet. So you see these 2 screw holes here and here. If I'm correct, this is for the mounting of an additional Picatinny accessory on the side. So you could mount a laser designator, illuminator on there, or other accessories. Likewise on this side. So a little bit of modularity. It's a little bit front heavy when mounted in the back. That actually seems to stabilize this quite nicely. If it's balancing, it can teeter a little more, being that the weight is in the front, just pulling it stable. So the weight's pulling the optic forward, so it keeps it kind of steady on here. Even if you're fumbling around with a little bit on the back end, the weight on the front end's keeping it a little bit steady. Now we have good quality of optics. I suppose the mechanisms in terms of the magnification adjustment ring is somewhat loose in terms of not being super tight, which actually could be good when it gets very cold. Sometimes stuff can get real sticky if it's a little bit tight. And being that this is a spotting scope and not a precision rifle optic where the mechanisms have to be super tightly constructed, this is not a bad feature. I would say that it has a different feel than something that's going to cost $3,000. It has a very, very smooth, like refined feel to it. You can feel a little bit of a tiny bit of a drag in there, but at this price range, it's very functional. The focus works fine. You can get into focus relatively quickly and to make fine focuses. You have to be a little bit fine on it. We don't have a super fine focus. Some optics have an additional wheel where you can turn it to get that extra fine focus. This actually works fine. You just kind of touch it gently like you would with anything else. And the ocular adjustment back here gets your reticle nice and crisp. So I actually like this. Now the weight of the unit, it's a little bit stout, but for purposes where you need good optical quality in the configuration, this is not really going to be a problem. There are scopes on the market, obviously, that are smaller and more compact and weigh a little less, but I don't mind a little bit of heaviness to my optics. That's just the way I roll. So I actually think this is pretty darn nice. I'm pretty impressed at the price range. Sightmark. Nice.
I've never taken a long-range class before, but I can't imagine anybody delivering this much information in this short of a period.
Yeah, it takes a while. After you've been around a while, you kind of accumulate most of this information. Some of it falls by the wayside, some of it you retain. At least you know it's there, and if you need to use it, you can pull on it.
You cannot miss an opportunity to gain knowledge. You cannot. The guys that are going to talk here, there must be 250 years of experience wandering around in the people that you're going to be exposed to. And I'm talking like hard-earned experience.
Rex is, of course, an absolute natural. He showed us over the years that, so I wasn't surprised to see him perform beautifully because he was born for it. He is naturally an awesome presenter. So whether he does it through YouTube, on video camera, or live, and by the way, congratulations, this is beyond the full house. I really think some people snuck up on you, man. You got to double check on who paid and who didn't, because I see more than 80 people here. I see north of 100 people.
If you have not been studying long range for quite some time, I'm not saying not to come to this class. I'm saying you better put your helmet on. It's gonna go fast. You can't get information like this is gonna happen in this class. You can't get that like anywhere.
He's already well known, and he'll get better and better and better.
But you're right. We have a very strong concentration of people with this much interest and passion. You know, in this one room, everybody's here looking for the best and trying to be the best, and I love it.
And that's the secret to success, too, guys, is surrounding yourself with competent, intelligent, and passionate people.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot in this room, because everybody that gathers together here is because of a love for the sport or the craft and the skill and the art and the science. And you, Mr. Rex, you're kicking some butt up there today, man. You're in the zone.
I'm getting sweatier and sweatier, Lou. Wait until 4 hours from now.
You know, I'm a little scared to get up there. I mean, Rex is such a great speaker in this forum, and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to bore these guys to death. But I can tell you one thing I like about these type of forums. When you get guys that admit to being interested in long-range shooting, you're past the guy who swears he can shoot a 1/4-inch group with his factory Savage with factory ammo. So these guys, they're not at that point. They've gone past that. They're really serious now, and they really know a lot of this stuff. It's more about how much further can I push my
This is where they've come with
capabilities with more knowledge and more practice and more information.
We'll have a good time. The students will have a good time. You're going to get a tremendous level of information, and there are different levels of knowledge. And when I met Rex, he was really the first guy that I had met that had that kind of tier 1 level of knowledge.
This won't be the last time that you guys do this. This is the best thing that I have seen or been associated with thus far in this industry. This is really good. I think that the guys have learned a lot about this on relative to the topics and how to handle it at the next one that they do. I expect that the next one will be better and better and better, and I think that the guys that go to it are going to benefit and learn a lot.
But you're going to see some amazing things. When this company, as he builds this company and this curriculum, and it goes, I'm telling you, it's going to be a bookmark in American firearms training history. Like, something is different over there, what's going on, and people will come from all over.
Hey folks, it's Lou McCoy with the Rex Reviews Project, and we are here in Texas. Holy crap, man.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I'm here with Jesse and his lovely wife, and what do you guys have to say after the second day?
So we get out here, the first thing we did was check out all of our guns and equipment. We want that solid. We learn the fundamentals, make sure that everybody is doing things like correctly and properly, and that way when we start shooting out the longer distances, we don't we don't have to wonder what's all going on out there, And I think that's really cool because you feel a lot more confident knowing that you're solid, you got a solid foundation when you start engaging things way out there. So.
And you
I think that's great.
Yeah, man. And you start off really close, and you get all the bugs worked out, and then you work out farther, and it's no big deal. It's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy. So the system works, Mr. Rex. It works, my man.
Just this experience was probably the best shooting experience I've ever had. It was the most I've ever learned, ever. So just getting to shoot out to 1,000, 1,100 yards, and these guys get you out there quick and do it the right way.
But I think it's rolling down off the snow. Right.
Now what?
Nah. That's still barely a 2.
Oh yeah? It's hot air. Nothing.
Yeah, reticle choice and design I've really learned to like that's really important. We always focus on all the other stuff, but reticle design, is very critical.
If you pay attention to those classes and watch those reviews, it'll all come together for you, and this is a place where it all comes together.
Yeah, and you get out in the field and you get to apply all that knowledge and see it in action, and that's gratifying.
Absolutely, and it's the real world issues that that you're really learning here, as opposed to just you get all that technical data, and then you bring it out here to the real world and you put it all together and it works.
The secret Rex taught me about butterfly kisses on the cheek. And
It's actually true?
It was true.
Did it work?
It totally worked.
What?
It totally was. It happened earlier today, and all day I've been just on.
Like I just said a minute ago, yesterday everybody showed up. They were nervous. They didn't know what to expect. And look at the crowd behind us now. It's like a party back there, man. People are just having the time of their lives, and not only having a good time, but making some shots too. Some impressive ones.
They're learning what they come out here with. The dot drills, a lot of the drills that Rex and Paul are having us do, they really make you, get you into shape and make you, do exactly what you did the last time and be consecutive, So I think that's a just super way to start to do this stuff. So.
Yeah, it is. And you lay that solid foundation, and the rest is easy, man.
Yeah, we're just now it's not even really hard to shoot out there. We're shooting out at 1,100 yards, and really not that big a deal now after we, now that we know what to do.
All right, what just happened, man?
I just hit a water bottle at 875 yards.
And you had one shot.
One shot.
That's not bad. So what's the secret, man?
Aim small, miss small.
Amen. Well done, brother.
Thank you.
As long as you pay attention and do what the instructors say, it will all come together as an equation, and the equal sign pops right up.
Name's Edwin from Boston. Traveled out here to Pennsylvania to take the class to shoot past my home range of 600. Shot out to 1030, made some hits. Every time Rex teaches you something new and gets you comfortable, he totally messes with you. Gets you dirty, gets you muddy, makes you roll around in the rain and the mud and the dust. And then he takes your scope and he messes it all up, and he teaches us something new every time. So great time, good guys.
Nice shooting there, Tex.
Thanks, man. Second round hit on the gong and first round hit on Fred. Almost 1,000-yard shot. That was pretty awesome.
Feels good for first stage of the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I wasn't shooting very good yesterday, but it's good to come back.
Haven't shot past 400 yards until I came to RX-18. Right off the bat, brought us right out to 1,000 yards, gave us some confidence, and after working the range tables, I see no reason why I couldn't hit any target that I knew the true range to and had the dope for, all the way out to and including 1,000 yards.
You're exposing, all the different students, including myself, to some different techniques, pulling from different arenas, whether it be from some application of competition, PRS, NRL kind of things. When we can't always take a prone shot, shooting off of obstacles, from unstable positions.
I came to the RX just to learn everything. It's a great place to be, great people. Learned quite a bit. Got me dialed in at ranges I've never even looked at before.
I've been to RX 17-001 seminar and 001 shooting, and so I have some familiarity, but this is just a lot better. This is what I really enjoy. The instruction is again top notch. We learn any problems we have, we immediately have someone to diagnose the problem. It's because it's so relaxed, the environment, you're constantly learning and you don't even really realize it. I think it's just been an awesome experience, and the knowledge is unbelievable.
Hey, my name's Mitch. I just over here at the Rex Live Fire event. Learned a hell of a lot. I got my rifle zero for 100 yards yesterday, and within a few hours I was hitting 1,030 yards. And I've never shot past 300 yards in my life. So it's definitely worth the money, definitely worth the trip, the hassle, everything about it's been great. Rex has been great, the crew's been great.
Oh, this has been terrific from my standpoint. We've seen things that we never expected to see. Let me see, we've got one guy, first time ever, at over a mile or whatever, and he's hitting 25, 80.
I think everyone got to a mile, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, everyone got to a mile in the whole class relatively easily.
It's really been surprising, and that just shows how the equipment, and it shows how the shooters have progressed learning and with the instruction and all. These guys have had good instruction, and they've just got the job done.
And how far were you shooting?
It was 1 mile.
1 mile, and what were we using here?
300 Win Mag.
300 Win Mag.
But probably not. Watch out, Rex.
So you just hit the 2,500 yards. Like, what's your solution?
It was 116 and a half MOA elevation and 14 MOA windage.
And you had 4 shots.
Yes, sir.
You got in your team?
I had 6, so 10 total to hit 2551.
So tell me the story. How'd you finally spot where you're hitting?
I saw the trace. I saw his trace, and I called it good, but he was about 6 inches off the top right corner of the plate. He made a minor correction, bottom left edge of the plate, and I saw the top of the bullet, but I lost it, but it was an impact. So awesome shot.